Chapter 6. And I lifted up my eyes again and looked and saw 4 chariots coming from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of bronze. With the first chariot were red horses, and with the second chariot black horses, and with the third chariot white horses, and with the fourth chariot strong speckled horses. So I responded and said to the messenger who was speaking to me, "What are these, my master?" And the messenger answered and said to me, "These are 4 spirits of the heavens, coming forth from presenting themselves before the master of all the earth. The one with the black horse is going out to the land of the north, and the white ones have gone out after them, and the speckled ones have gone out to the land of the south. And the strong ones went out, eager to go, to walk to and fro in the earth." And he said, "Go, walk to and fro in the earth." So they walked to and fro in the earth. And he called to me and spoke to me, saying, "See, those who go toward the land of the north have given rest to my spirit in the land of the north." And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, "Receive the gift from the exiles from Heldai, Tobiah, and Yedaiah, who have come from Babel. Then you shall go the same day and enter the house of Yoshiah, son of Zephaniah. And you shall take the silver and gold, make a crown, and set it on the head of Yahshua, son of Yehotzadak, the high priest, and shall speak to him, saying, Thus says Yahuwah of hosts, saying, See the man whose name is the branch. And from his place he shall branch out, and he shall build the Hekal of Yahuwah. It is he who is going to build the Hekal of Yahuwah. It is he who is going to bear the splendor. And he shall sit and rule on his throne, and shall be a priest on his throne. And the counsel of peace shall be between them both. While the crown is for a remembrance in the Hekal of Yahuwah, to Chalem, and Tobiah, and to Yedaiah, and to Chen, son of Zephaniah. And those who are far away shall come and build the Hekal of Yahuwah. And you shall know that Yahuwah of hosts has sent me to you. And this shall be if you diligently obey the voice of Yahuwah, your Elohim. Chapter 7. And in the 4th year of the sovereign Darius, it came to be that the word of Yahuwah came to Zechariah on the 4th of the 9th new moon, Kislev. Now Bethel had sent Sharetzer with Regem-Melech and his men to pray before Yahuwah, speaking to the priests who belonged to the house of Yahuwah of hosts, and to the prophet, saying, Should I weep in the 5th new moon, and fast as I have done for so many years? Then the word of Yahuwah of hosts came to me, saying, Speak to all the people of the land, and to the priests, saying, When you fasted and lamented in the 5th and 7th months all these 70 years, did you truly fast for me? For me? And when you ate and when you drank, was it not for those eating and for those drinking? Are these not the words which Yahuwah proclaimed through the former prophets? When Jerusalem and the cities around it were inhabited, and in safety, and the south and the low country were inhabited. And the word of Yahuwah came to Zechariah, saying, Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, Execute true right ruling, show loving commitment and compassion, everyone to his brother. Do not oppress the widow, or the fatherless, the sojourner, or the poor, and do not plot evil in your hearts against one another. But they refused to listen, and they shrugged their shoulders and stopped their ears from hearing. And they made their hearts like flint against hearing the Torah, and the words which Yahuwah of hosts had sent by his Spirit through the former prophets. Therefore great wrath came from Yahuwah of hosts. And it came to be as he called, and they did not hear. So let them call, but I shall not hear, said Yahuwah of hosts. And I scattered them with a storm wind among all the nations which they had not known, and the land was laid waste behind them, no one passing through or returning, for they made the pleasant land a waste. Chapter 8. And the word of Yahuwah of hosts came, saying, Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, I shall be jealous for Zion with great jealousy, with great wrath I shall be jealous for her. Thus said Yahuwah, I shall return to Zion, and I shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called City of the Truth, and the mountain of Yahuwah of hosts, the set-apart mountain. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, again old men and old women shall dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, each one with his staff in his hand because of great age. And the streets of the city shall be filled with boys and girls playing in the streets. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, if it is marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in my eyes, declares Yahuwah of hosts? Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, see, I am saving my people from the land of the sunrise and from the land of the sunset, and I shall bring them back, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I shall be their Elohim, in truth and in righteousness. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, let your hands be strong, you who are listening in these days to these words from the mouth of the prophets, of the day the foundation was laid for the house of Yahuwah of hosts, the Hekal that was to be rebuilt. For before these days there was not a wage for a man, nor a hire for beast, and there was no peace for him who went out or came in, because of his enemies. And I set all men one against another. But now I am not as in the former days to the remnant of this people, declares Yahuwah of hosts. Because of the sowing of peace, the vine does give its fruit. The ground does give her increase, and the heavens do give their due. And I shall cause the remnant of this people to inherit all these. And it shall be, as you were a curse among the nations, O house of Yehudah and house of Israel, so shall I save you, and you shall be a blessing. Do not fear, let your hands be strong. For thus said Yahuwah of hosts, as I purposed to do evil to you when your fathers provoked me, declares Yahuwah of hosts, and I did not relent, so again in these days I have purposed to do good to Jerusalem and to the house of Yehudah. Do not fear. These are the words you should do. Speak the truth to one another. Judge with truth, and right ruling for peace in your gates. And do not plot evil in your heart against another, and do not love a false oath. For all these I hate, declares Yahuwah. And the word of Yahuwah of hosts came to me, saying, Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, the fast of the 4th, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th months are to be joy and gladness, and pleasant appointed times for the house of Yehudah, and they shall love the truth and the peace. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, people shall yet come, inhabitants of many cities. And the inhabitants of the one go to another, saying, Let us earnestly go and pray before Yahuwah, and seek Yahuwah of hosts, I myself am going. And many peoples and strong nations shall come to seek Yahuwah of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before Yahuwah. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, in those days 10 men from all languages of the nations take hold, yes, they shall take hold of the corner of the garment of a man of Yahudi, saying, Let us go with you, for we have heard that Elohim is with you. Chapter 9. The message of the word of Yahuwah against the land of Hadrach and Damasek, its resting place. When the eye of man and all the tribes of Israel are on Yahuwah, and Hamath also borders on it, Zor and Zidon, though they are very wise. For Zor built herself a tower, heaped up silver like dust and gold like the mud of the streets. See, Yahuwah shall dispossess her, and he shall strike her power in the sea, and she shall be consumed by fire. Ashkelon sees it and fears, Azah too, writhing in anguish, and Ekron, for her expectation has dried up, and the sovereign shall perish from Azah, and Ashkelon shall not be inhabited, and Amamzer shall settle in Ashdod. So I shall cut off the pride of the Philistines, and shall take away his blood from his mouth, and the abominations from between his teeth. And he shall remain, even he, to our Elohim, and he shall be like a leader in Yehuda, and Ekron like a Jebusite. And I shall encamp around my house against an army, against him who passes by and him who returns, so that no oppressor passes through them again. For now I have seen with my eyes. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. See, your sovereign is coming to you. He is righteous and endowed with deliverance, humble and riding on a donkey, a colt, the foal of a donkey. And I shall cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the horse from Jerusalem. And the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace to the nations, and his rule is from sea to sea, and from the river to the ends of the earth. Also you, because of the blood of your covenant, I shall send your prisoners out of the pit. Return to the stronghold, you prisoners of the expectation. Even today I declare that I return double to you. For I shall bend Yehuda for me. I shall fill the bow with Ephraim. And I shall stir up your sons, O Zion, against your sons, O Greece. And I shall make you like the sword of a mighty man. And Yahuwah shall appear for them, and his arrow go forth like lightning. And the master Yahuwah shall sound with the shofar, and he shall go forth with the whirlwinds from the south. Yahuwah of hosts shall shield them, and they shall devour and trample on sling stones. And they shall drink, roar as if with wine, and they shall be filled like basins, like the corners of the slaughter place. And Yahuwah their Elohim shall save them in that day, as the flock of his people, for the stones of a diadem sparkling over his land. For what goodness is his, and what comeliness is his. Grain make the young men thrive, and new wine the maidens. Chapter 10. Ask Yahuwah for rain in the time of the latter rain. Yahuwah who makes storm clouds, and he gives them showers of rain, the plants in the field to everyone. For the household idols spoke emptiness, the diviners saw falsehood, and relate dreams of deceit. They comfort in vain. Therefore they have wandered about like sheep. They are afflicted, for there is no shepherd. My wrath burns against the shepherds, and I lay a charge against the leaders. For Yahuwah of hosts shall visit his flock, the house of Yehuda, and make them like his splendid horse in battle. From him comes the cornerstone, from him the tent peg, from him the battle bow, from him every ruler together. And they shall be like mighty men, who trample down the mud of the streets in the battle. And they shall fight, because Yahuwah is with them. And the riders on horses shall be put to shame. And I shall make the house of Yehuda mighty, and save the house of Yosef. And I shall bring them back, because I have compassion on them. And they shall be as though I had not pushed them aside. For I am Yahuwah their Elohim, and I answer them. And Ephraim shall be as a mighty man, and their heart shall rejoice as if with wine. And their children shall see and rejoice, their heart exulting in Yahuwah. I shall whistle for them and gather them, for I shall ransom them, and they shall increase as they once increased. Though I sow them among peoples, they shall remember me in places far away, and they shall live together with their children, and they shall return. And I shall bring them back from the land of Mitzrayim, and gather them from Asher, and bring them into the land of Gilead and Lebanon, until no more room is found for them. And he shall pass through the sea of distress, and strike the waves of the sea, and all the depths of the river shall dry up, and the pride of Asher shall be brought down, and the scepter of Mitzrayim be taken away. And I shall make them mighty in Yahuwah, so that they walk up and down in his name, declares Yahuwah. Chapter 11. Open your doors, O Lebanon, and let fire devour your cedars. Howl, O cypress, for the cedar has fallen, because the mighty are ravaged. Howl, O oaks of Bashan, for the dense forest has come down. Listen, the howling of shepherds, for their splendor is ravaged. Listen, the roaring of lions, for the pride of the Yarden is ravaged. Thus said Yahuwah my Elohim, feed the flock for slaughter, whose owners kill them and feel no guilt, and their sellers say, Blessed be Yahuwah, for I have become rich. And their own shepherds do not spare them. For I shall no longer spare the inhabitants of the land, declares Yahuwah. But see, I am delivering up mankind, each one into his neighbor's hand and into the hand of his sovereign, and they shall crush the earth. But I do not deliver from their hand. So I shepherded the flock meant for slaughter, the truly poor of the flock. And I took for myself 2 staffs. The one I called pleasantness, the other I called unity. And I shepherded the flock. Then I sent off the 3 shepherds in 1 month, for my being despised them, and their being also loathed me. So I said, I am not shepherding you. Let the dying die, and the straying stray, and let those who are left eat each other's flesh. And I took my staff, pleasantness, and cut it in 2 to break the covenant which I had made with all the peoples. So it was broken on that day, and the poor of the flock who were watching me knew that it was the word of Yahuwah. And I said to them, If it is good in your eyes, give me my wages, and if not, refrain. So they weighed out for my wages 30 pieces of silver. And Yahuwah said to me, Throw it at the potter. The splendid price at which I was valued by them. And I took the 30 pieces of silver and threw them into the house of Yahuwah for the potter. Then I cut in 2 my other staff, unity, to break the brotherhood between Yehudah and Yisrael. And Yahuwah said to me, Take again the implements of a foolish shepherd. For look, I am raising up a shepherd in the land who does not visit those straying, nor seek the young, nor heal those that are broken, nor feed those that still stand. But he does eat the flesh of the fat and tear off their hooves. Woe to the worthless shepherd forsaking the flock. Let a sword be upon his arm and upon his right eye. His arm shall wither and his right eye shall be dimmed. Chapter 12. The message of the word of Yahuwah against Yisrael, stretching out the heavens and laying the foundation of the earth, and forming the spirit of man within him, declares, See, I am making Jerusalem a cup of reeling to all the people all around, and also against Yehudah it is in the siege against Jerusalem. And in that day it shall be that I make Jerusalem a very heavy stone for all peoples. All lifting it are severely injured, and all nations of the earth shall be gathered against it. In that day, declares Yahuwah, I strike every horse with bewilderment, and its rider with madness. And on the house of Yehudah I open my eyes, but every horse of the peoples I strike with blindness. And the leaders of Yehudah shall say in their heart, The inhabitants of Jerusalem are a strength to me, through Yahuwah of hosts their Elohim. In that day I make the leaders of Yehudah like a firepot among the trees, and like a torch of fire in the sheaves. And they shall consume all the peoples all around, on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem shall dwell again in her own place, in Jerusalem. And Yahuwah shall save the tents of Yehudah first, so that the comeliness of the house of David and the comeliness of the inhabitants of Jerusalem would not become greater than that of Yehudah. In that day Yahuwah shall shield the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the feeble among them in that day shall be like David, and the house of David like Elohim, like the messenger of Yahuwah before them. And in that day that I seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem, and I shall pour on the house of David and on the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of favor and prayers. And they shall look on me, whom they pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourns for his only son. They shall be in bitterness over him as a bitterness over their firstborn. In that day the mourning in Jerusalem is going to be great, like the morning at Hadad Rimmon in the valley of Megiddo. And the land shall mourn, every clan by itself, the clan of the house of David by itself, and their women by themselves, the clan of the house of Nathan by itself, and their women by themselves, the clan of the house of Levi by itself, and their women by themselves, the clan of Shimei by itself, and their women by themselves, all the rest of the clans, every clan by itself, and their women by themselves. Chapter 13. In that day a fountain shall be opened for the house of David, and for the inhabitants of Jerusalem, for sin and for uncleanness. And it shall be in that day, declares Yahuwah of hosts, that I cut off the names of the idols from the earth, and they shall be remembered no more. And I shall also remove the prophets and the unclean spirit from the earth. And it shall be, when one prophesies again, then his father and mother who brought him forth shall say to him, You shall not live, because you have spoken falsehood in the name of Yahuwah. And his father and mother who brought him forth shall pierce him through when he prophesies. And it shall be in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed, every one of his vision when he prophesies, and not put a hairy robe on in order to deceive, but shall say, I am no prophet, I am a farmer, for a man sold me as a slave in my youth. And one shall say to him, What are these wounds in your hands? And he shall say, Because I was struck at home by those who love me. O sword, awake against my shepherd, against the man who is my companion, declares Yahuwah of hosts. Strike the shepherd, and let the sheep be scattered. But I shall turn my hand upon the little ones. And it shall be throughout all the soil, declares Yahuwah, that 2/3 therein are cut off and die, and 1/3 is left therein. And I shall bring the third into fire, and refine them as silver is refined, and try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I shall answer them. I shall say, This is my people, while they say, Yahuwah is my Elohim. Chapter 14. See, a day shall come for Yahuwah, and your spoils shall be divided in your midst. And I shall gather all the nations to battle against Jerusalem, and the city shall be taken, the houses plundered, and the women ravaged. Half of the city shall go into exile, but the remnant of the people shall not be cut off from the city. And Yahuwah shall go forth, and he shall fight against those nations, as he fights in the day of battle. And in that day his feet shall stand upon the Mount of Olives, which faces Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall be split in two, from east to west, a very great valley. And half of the mountain shall move toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And you shall flee to the valley of my mountain, for the valley of the mountains reaches to Atzal. And you shall flee as you fled from the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, sovereign of Yehudah. And Yahuwah my Elohim shall come, all the set-apart ones with you. And in that day it shall be, there is no light, it is dark. And it shall be one day which is known to Yahuwah, neither day nor night, but at evening time there shall be light. And in that day it shall be that living waters flow from Jerusalem, half of them toward the eastern sea, half of them toward the western sea, in summer as well as in winter. And Yahuwah shall be sovereign over all the earth. In that day there shall be one Yahuwah, and his name one. And the land shall be changed into a desert plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem. And she shall be raised up and inhabited in her place, from Benjamin's gate to the place of the first gate, and the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananel to the wine presses of the sovereign. And they shall dwell in her, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And this is the plague with which Yahuwah plagues all the people who fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall decay while they stand on their feet, and their eyes decay in their sockets, and their tongues decay in their mouths. And it shall be in that day that a great confusion from Yahuwah is among them, and every one of them shall seize the hand of his neighbor, and his hand rise up against his neighbor's hand. And Yahudah shall fight at Jerusalem as well, and the wealth of all the nations round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and garments in great quantities. So also is the plague on the horse and the mule, on the camel and the donkey, and on all the cattle that are in those camps, as this plague. And it shall be that all who are left from all the nations which came up against Jerusalem shall go up year to year to bow themselves to the sovereign, Yahuwah of hosts, and to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. And it shall be that if any one of the clans of the earth does not come up to Jerusalem to bow himself to the sovereign Yahuwah of hosts, on them there is to be no rain. And if the clan of Mitzrayim does not come up and enter in, then there is no rain. On them is the plague with which Yahuwah plagues the nations who do not come up to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. This is the punishment of Mitzrayim, and the punishment of all the nations that do not come up to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. In that day, set apart to Yahuwah, shall be engraved on the bells of the horses, and the pots in the house of Yahuwah shall be like the bowls before the slaughter place. And every pot in Jerusalem and Yahudah shall be set apart to Yahuwah of hosts. And all those who slaughter shall come and take them and cook in them. And there shall no longer be a merchant in the house of Yahuwah of hosts in that day. The Book of Malachi, Chapter 1. The message of the word of Yahuwah to Israel by Malachi.
I have loved you, said Yahuwah. But you asked,
In what way have you loved us?
Was not Esau Yaakov's brother? Declares Yahuwah. And I love Yaakov, but I have hated Esau, and laid waste his mountains and his inheritance for the jackals of the wilderness. If Edom says, We have been beaten down, let us return and build the ruins. Yahuwah of hosts said thus, Let them build, but I tear down, and they shall be called border of wrongness, and the people against whom Yahuwah is enraged forever. And your eyes shall see, and you shall say,
Great is Yahuwah, beyond the border of Israel.
A son esteems his father, and a servant his master. And if I am the father, where is my esteem? And if I am a master, where is my fear? Said Yahuwah of hosts to you priests who despise my name. But you asked,
In what way have we despised your name?
You are presenting defiled food on my slaughter place. But you asked,
In what way have we defiled you?
Because you say the table of Yahuwah is despicable. And when you present the blind as a slaughtering, is it not evil? And when you present the lame and the sick, is it not evil? Bring it then to your governor. Would he be pleased with you? Would he accept you favorably? Said Yahuwah of hosts. Who among you would shut the doors so that you would not kindle fire on my slaughter place for naught? I have no pleasure in you, said Yahuwah of hosts, nor do I accept your offering from your hands. For from the rising of the sun, even to its going down, my name is great among nations. And in every place incense is presented to my name. And a clean offering, for my name is great among nations, said Yahuwah of hosts. But you are profaning me, in that you say,
The table of Yahuwah is defiled, and its fruit, its food, it's despicable.
And you said,
Oh, what weariness!
And you sneered at it, said Yahuwah of hosts. And you brought in plunder and the lame and the sick. Thus you have brought in the offering. Should I accept this from your hand, said Yahuwah? But cursed be the deceiver who has a male in his flock, and makes a vow, but is slaughtering to Yahuwah what is blemished. For I am a great sovereign, said Yahuwah of hosts, and my name is feared among nations.
Chapter 2.
And now, O priests, this command is for you. If you do not hear, and if you do not take it to heart to give esteem to my name, said Yahuwah of hosts, I shall send a curse upon you, and I shall curse your blessings, and indeed I have cursed them, because you do not take it to heart. See, I shall rebuke your seed and scatter dung before your faces, the dung of your festivals, and you shall be taken away with it. And you shall know that I have sent this command to you as being my covenant with Levi, said Yahuwah of hosts. My covenant with him was life and peace, and I gave them to him to fear. And he feared me and stood in awe of my name. The Torah of truth was in his mouth, and unrighteousness was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and straightness, and turned many away from crookedness. For the lips of a priest should guard knowledge, and they seek the Torah from his mouth, for he is the messenger of Yahuwah of hosts. But you have turned from the way. You have caused many to stumble in the Torah. You have corrupted the covenant of Levi, said Yahuwah of hosts. And I shall make you despised and low before all the people, because you are not guarding my ways, and are showing partiality in the Torah.
Have we not all one Father? Did not one El create us? Why do we act treacherously against one another to profane the covenant of the fathers? Yehudah has acted treacherously, and an abomination has been done in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Yehudah has profaned what is set apart to Yahuwah, which he had loved, and has married the daughter of a foreign mighty one. Let Yahuwah cut off from the tents of Jacob the man who does this, stirring up or answering and bringing an offering to Yahuwah of hosts. And this you have done a second time. You cover the slaughter place of Yahuwah with tears, with weeping and crying, because he no longer regards the offering, nor receives it with pleasure from your hands. And you said, Why? Because Yahuwah has been witness between you and the wife of your youth, against whom you have acted treacherously, though she is your companion and the wife of your covenant. And did he not make one? And he had the remnant of the Spirit. And what is the one alone? He seeks a seed of Elohim. So you shall guard your spirit, and let none act treacherously against the wife of his youth.
For I hate divorce, said Yahuwah Elohim of Israel, and the one who covers his garment with cruelty, said Yahuwah of hosts. So you shall guard your spirit, and do not act treacherously.
You have wearied Yahuwah with your words, and you have said, In what way have we wearied him? In that you say, Everyone who does evil is good in the eyes of Yahuwah, and he is delighting in them. Or, where is the Elohim of right ruling?
Chapter 3. See, I am sending my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the master you are seeking comes to his hekal, even the messenger of the covenant in whom you delight. See, he is coming, said Yahuwah of hosts. And who is able to bear the day of his coming, and who is able to stand when he appears? For he is like the fire of a refiner, and like the soap of a launderer. And he shall sit as a refiner and a cleanser of silver, and he shall cleanse the sons of Levi, and refine them as gold and silver. And they shall belong to Yahuwah, bringing near an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Yehudah and Jerusalem be pleasant to Yahuwah, as in the days of old, as in former years. And I shall draw near to you for right ruling, and I shall be a swift witness against the practicers of witchcraft, and against adulterers, and against them that swear to falsehood, and against those who oppress the wage earner in his wages, and widows, and the fatherless, and those who turn away a sojourner. And do not fear me, said Yahuwah of hosts, for I am Yahuwah, and I shall not change. And you, O sons of Jacob, shall not come to an end. From the days of your fathers you have turned aside from my laws, and did not guard them. Turn back to me, and I shall turn back to you, said Yahuwah of hosts. But you said,
In what shall we turn back?
Would a man rob Elohim? Yet you are robbing me.
But you said, In what have we robbed you?
In the tithe and the offering. You have cursed me with a curse, for you are robbing me, this nation, all of it. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, and let there be food in my house. And please prove me in this, said Yahuwah of hosts, whether I do not open for you the windows of the heavens, and shall pour out for you boundless blessing. And I shall rebuke the devourer for you, so that it does not destroy the fruit of your ground, nor does the vine fail to bear fruit for you in the field, said Yahuwah of hosts. And all the nations shall call you blessed, for you shall be a land of delight, said Yahuwah of hosts. Your words have been strong against me, said Yahuwah.
But you have said, It is worthless to serve Elohim. And what did we gain when we guarded his charge, and when we walked as mourners before Yahuwah of hosts? And now we are calling the proud blessed. Not only are the doers of wrongness built up, but they also try Elohim and escape. Then those who fear Yahuwah speak to one another, and Yahuwah listens and hears. And a book of remembrance be written before him of those who fear Yahuwah, and those who think upon his name.
And they shall be mine, said Yahuwah of hosts, on the day that I prepare a treasured possession, and I shall spare them as a man spares his own son who serves him. Then you shall again see the difference between the righteous and the wrong, between one who serves Elohim and one who does not serve him.
Chapter 4.
For look, the day shall come, burning like a furnace, and all the proud and every wrongdoer shall be stubble. And the day that shall come shall burn them up, said Yahuwah of hosts, which leaves to them neither root nor branch. But to you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall arise, with healing in his wings. And you shall go out and leap for joy like calves from the stall. And you shall trample the wrongdoers, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet on the day that I do this, said Yahuwah of hosts. Remember the Torah of Moshe, my servant, which I commanded him in Horeb, for all Yisrael, laws and right rulings. See, I am sending you, Eliyahu, the prophet, before the coming of the great and awesome day of Yahuwah. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with utter destruction.
The Book of Psalms, Tehillim, Chapter 1. Blessed is the man who shall not walk in the counsel of the wrong, and shall not stand in the path of sinners, and shall not sit in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the Torah of Yahuwah, and he meditates in his Torah day and night. For he shall be as a tree planted by the rivers of water, that yields its fruit in its season, and whose leaf does not wither, and whatever he does prospers. The wrong are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind blows away. Therefore the wrong shall not rise in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For Yahuwah knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wrong comes to naught. Chapter 2. Why do the nations rage, and the peoples meditate emptiness? The sovereigns of the earth take their stand, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahuwah and against his Messiah, and say, Let us tear apart their bonds, and throw away their ropes from us. He who is sitting in the heavens laughs. Yahuwah mocks at them. Then he speaks to them in his wrath, and troubles them in his rage, saying,
But I have set my sovereign on Zion, my set-apart mountain. I inscribe for a law.
Yahuwah has said to me,
You are my son. Today I have brought you forth. Ask of me, and I make the nations your inheritance, and the ends of the earth your possession. Break them with a rod of iron, dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel.
And now, be wise, O sovereigns. Be instructed, you rulers of the earth. Serve Yahuwah with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the chosen, lest he be enraged, and you perish in the way. For soon his wrath is to be kindled. Blessed are all those taking refuge in him. Chapter 3. O Yahuwah, how my adversaries have increased. Many rising up against me. Many are saying of me, there is no deliverance for him in Elohim. Selah. But you, O Yahuwah, are a shield for me, my esteem and the one lifting up my head. I cried to Yahuwah with my voice, and he heard me from his set-apart mountain. Selah. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for Yahuwah sustained me. I am not afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Yahuwah, save me, O my Elohim, because you have stricken all my enemies on the cheek. You have broken the teeth of the wrong. Deliverance belongs to Yahuwah. Your blessing is on your people. Selah. Chapter 4. Answer me when I call, O Elohim of my righteousness. You gave relief to me when I was in distress. Show favor to me and hear my prayer. Till when, O you sons of men, would you turn my esteem to shame? Would you love emptiness, seek falsehood? Selah. But know that Yahuwah has separated a loving committed one for himself. Yahuwah hears when I call to him. Tremble and do not sin. Speak within your heart on your bed and be still. Selah. Slaughter slaughterings of righteousness and trust in Yahuwah. Many are saying, who would show us good? Yahuwah, lift up the light of your face upon us. You have put more gladness in my heart than in the season that their grain and wine increased. I lie down in peace altogether and sleep. For you alone, O Yahuwah, make me dwell in safety. Chapter 5. Give ear to my words, O Yahuwah. Consider my meditation. Attend to the voice of my cry, my sovereign and my Elohim. For unto you I pray. O Yahuwah, in the morning you hear my voice. I present myself to you in the morning, and I look up. For you are not an El taking delight in wrong, nor does evil sojourn with you. The boasters do not stand before your eyes. You hate all workers of wickedness. You destroy those speaking falsehood. Yahuwah loathes a man of blood and deceit. But I enter your house in the greatness of your loving commitment. I bow myself toward your set-apart Hakal in your fear. O Yahuwah, lead me in your righteousness because of those watching me. Make your way straight before my face, for there is no stability in their mouth. Their inward part is destruction. Their throat is an open burial site. They flatter with their tongue. Declare them guilty, O Elohim. Let them fall by their own counsels. Thrust them away for their many transgressions, because they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy because you shelter them. And let those who love your name exult in you. For you bless the righteous, O Yahuwah. You surround him with favor as with a shield. Chapter 6. O Yahuwah, do not rebuke me in your displeasure, nor discipline me in your wrath. Show favor to me, O Yahuwah, for I am fading away. O Yahuwah, heal me, for my bones have been troubled, and my being has been greatly troubled. And you, O Yahuwah, till when? Return, O Yahuwah, rescue my life. Oh, save me for your loving commitment's sake, for in death there is no remembrance of you. Who gives you thanks in Sheol? I have grown weary with my groaning. Every night I flood my bed. I drench my couch with my tears. My eye has grown dim because of grief. It grows old because of all my adversaries. Depart from me, all you workers of wickedness, for Yahuwah has heard the voice of my weeping. Yahuwah has heard my pleading. Yahuwah receives my prayer. Let all my enemies be ashamed and greatly troubled. They turn back suddenly, ashamed. Chapter 7. O Yahuwah, my Elohim, in you I have taken refuge. Save me from all my pursuers and deliver me, lest they tear at my throat like a lion, rending in pieces with no one to deliver. O Yahuwah, my Elohim, if I have done this, if there is unrighteousness in my hands, if I have done evil to him who is at peace with me, or have plundered my enemy without cause, let the enemy pursue me and overtake my being, and trample my life to the ground, and lay my esteem in the dust. Selah. Arise, O Yahuwah, in your displeasure. Lift yourself up against the rage of my adversaries, and awake for me. You shall command judgment, and let the congregation of the peoples gather about you, and over them return on high. Yahuwah judges the peoples. Judge me, O Yahuwah, according to my righteousness, and according to my integrity within me. Please let the evil of the wrong be ended, and establish the righteous. For the righteous Elohim is a trier of hearts and kidneys. My shield is upon Elohim, who saves the upright in heart. Elohim is a righteous judge, and El is enraged every day. If one does not repent, he sharpens his sword, he bends his bow and makes it ready. And he has prepared for himself instruments of death. He makes his arrows hot for pursuers. See, he who is bound with wickedness, and has conceived trouble and brought forth falsehood. He has made a pit and dug it out, and falls into the ditch he made. His trouble turns back upon his own head, and his wrongdoing comes down on the top of his head. I give thanks to Yahuwah according to his righteousness, and praise the name of Yahuwah Most High. Chapter 8. O Yahuwah, our Master, how excellent is your name in all the earth. You who set your splendor above the heavens, out of the mouth of babes and infants you have founded strength because of your adversaries, to put an end to enemy and avenger. For I see your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have established. What is man, that you remember him, and the Son of Man, that you visit him? Yet you have made him a little less than Elohim, and have crowned him with esteem and splendor. You made him rule over the works of your hands. You have put all under his feet, all sheep and oxen, and also the beasts of the field, the birds of the heaven, and the fish of the sea, passing through the paths of the sea. O Yahuwah, our Master, How excellent is your name in all the earth. Chapter 9. Aleph. I praise you, O Yahuwah, with all my heart. I declare all your wonders. I rejoice and exult in you. I sing praise to your name, O Most High. Bet. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before you, for you executed my right and my cause. You sat on the throne judging in righteousness. Gimel. You have rebuked the nations. You have destroyed the wrong. You have wiped out their name forever and ever. Hey, the enemy is no more, ruins everlasting. And you have uprooted the cities, even their remembrance has perished. But Yahuwah abides forever. He is preparing his throne for judgment, and he judges the world in righteousness. He judges the people in straightness. Vav. And Yahuwah is a refuge for the crushed one, a refuge in times of distress. And those who know your name trust in you. For you have not forsaken those who seek you, O Yahuwah. Zion. Sing praises to Yahuwah, who dwells in Zion. Declare his deeds among the peoples, for he remembers the seekers of bloodshed. He does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Chet. Show favor to me, O Yahuwah. See my affliction by those who hate me. You who lift me up from the gates of death, so that I declare all your praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I rejoice in your deliverance. Tet. The nations have sunk down in the pit which they made, in the net which they hid. Their own foot is caught. Yahuwah has made himself known. He has done right ruling. The wrong is snared in the works of his own hands. Meditation. Selah. Yod. The wrong returned to Sheol, all the nations that forget Elohim. Kaf. For the needy is not always forgotten, neither the expectancy of the poor lost forever. Arise, O Yahuwah, do not let man prevail. Let the nations be judged before your face. Put them in fear, O Yahuwah. Let the nations know that they are but men. Selah. Chapter 10. Lamed. Why do you stand afar off, O Yahuwah, hiding in times of distress? In arrogance the wrongdoer hotly pursues the poor. They are caught by the schemes which they devise. For the wrongdoer boasted of the cravings of his being, and the greedy one he has blessed. He has despised Yahuwah. In the pride of his face the wrongdoer does not seek him. In all his thoughts there is no Elohim. His ways are always prosperous. Your right rulings are on high, out of his sight. He snorts at all his adversaries. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved. From generation to generation, never be an evil. Pay. His mouth is filled with cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue is trouble and wickedness. He sits in the hiding places of the villages. In the secret places, he kills the innocent. Ayin. His eyes are on the lookout for the helpless. He lies in wait in a secret place. As a lion in his den, he lies in wait to catch the poor. He catches the poor, drawing him into his net. And he crouches, he lies low, and the helpless fall under his strength. He has said in his heart, El has forgotten. He has hidden his face. He shall never see. Kuf. Arise, O Yahuwah. O El, lift up your hand. Do not forget the lowly ones. Why do the wrong scorn Elohim? He has said in his heart, it is not required. Resh. You have seen it, for you observe trouble and grief, to repay with your hand. The poor commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fatherless. Sheen. Break the arm of the wrong one and the evil one. Search out his wrongness that would not be found out. Yahuwah is sovereign forever and ever. The nation shall perish from his land. Tav. Yahuwah, you have heard the desire of the lowly ones. You prepare their heart. You incline your ear to defend the fatherless and the downtrodden, so that the man who is of the earth no longer oppresses. Chapter 11. In Yahuwah I have taken refuge. Why do you say to me, flee to your mountain like a bird? For look, the wrong bend a bow. They set their arrow on the string to shoot in darkness at the upright in heart. When the foundations are destroyed, what shall the righteous do? Yahuwah is in his set-apart Hekal. The throne of Yahuwah is in the heavens. His eyes see. His eyelids examine the sons of men. Yahuwah tries the righteous, but his being shall hate the wrong, and the one who loves violence. Upon the wrong he rains snares. Fire and sulfur and a scorching wind are the portion of their cup. For Yahuwah is righteous. He has loved righteousness. The upright shall see his face. Chapter 12. Save, Yahuwah, for the loving committed one is no more, for the trustworthy have ceased from among the sons of men. They speak falsehood with each other. They speak with flattering lips, a double heart. Yahuwah does cut off all flattering lips, a tongue that speaks swelling words. Who have said, with our tongue we do mightily. Our lips are our own. Who is master over us? Because of the oppression of the poor, because of the sighing of the needy, I now arise, says Yahuwah. I set in safety, he pants for it. The words of Yahuwah are clean words, silver tried in a furnace of earth, refined 7 times. You guard them, O Yahuwah. You preserve them from this generation forever. The wrong walk around on every side, when worthlessness is exalted among the sons of men. Chapter 13. How long would you forget me, O Yahuwah? Forever? How long would you hide your face from me? How long would I take counsel in my being? Grief in my heart day by day. How long would my enemy be exalted over me? Look, answer me, O Yahuwah my Elohim, enlighten my eyes, lest I sleep in death, lest my enemies say, I have prevailed against him, lest my adversaries rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in your loving commitment. My heart rejoices in your deliverance. I sing to Yahuwah, because he has been good to me. Chapter 14. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahuwah. They have done corruptly. They have done an abominable deed. There is no one who does good. Yahuwah looked down from the heavens on the sons of mankind to see if there was a wise one seeking Yahuwah. They have all turned aside. They have together become filthy. No one is doing good, not even one. Have all the workers of wickedness no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and do not call on Yahuwah? There they are in great fear, for Yahuwah is with the generation of the righteous. You would put to shame the counsel of the poor, but Yahuwah is his refuge. Oh, that the deliverance of Israel would be given out of Zion, when Yahuwah turns back the captivity of his people. Let Yaakov rejoice, let Yisrael be glad. Chapter 15. Yahuwah, who does sojourn in your tent? Who does dwell in your set-apart mountain? He who walks blamelessly and does righteousness, and speaks the truth in his heart. He has not slandered with his tongue. He has not done evil to his neighbor, nor lifted up a reproach against his friend, in whose eyes a reprobate one is despised. But he esteems those who fear Yahuwah, he who swears to his own hurt and does not change. He has not put out his silver at interest, and has not taken a bribe against the innocent. He who does these is never moved. Chapter 16. Guard me, O El, for I have taken refuge in you. I have said to Yahuwah, You are Yahuwah. I have no good beside you. As for the set-apart ones who are on the earth, they are the excellent ones, in whom is all my delight. The sorrows of those who run after one another are increased. I would not pour out their drink offerings of blood, nor take up their names on my lips. Yahuwah is the portion of my inheritance and my cup. You uphold my lot. Boundary lines have fallen to me in pleasant places. Indeed, a good inheritance is mine. I bless Yahuwah, who has given me counsel. My kidneys also instruct me in the nights. I have set Yahuwah always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I am not shaken. Therefore my heart was glad, and my esteem rejoices. My flesh also dwells in safety, for you do not leave my being in Sheol, neither let your loving committed one see corruption. You show me the path of life. In your presence is joy to satisfaction. At your right hand are pleasures forever. Chapter 17. Hear righteousness, Yahuwah. Listen to my cry. Give ear to my prayer, from lips without deceit. Let my right ruling go out from your presence. Let your eyes see what is straight. You have examined my heart. You have visited me in the night. You have tried me. You find I have not schemed. My mouth would not transgress. As for the deeds of men, by the words of your lips, I have kept myself from the paths of the destroyer. My steps have held fast to your paths. My feet have not slipped. I have called upon you, for you answer me, O El. Incline your ear to me. Hear my speech. Let your loving commitment be distinguished. You who save by your right hand those who take refuge from those who rise up. Guard me as the apple of your eye. Hide me under the shadow of your wings from the face of the wrong who ravage me, from my deadly enemies who surround me. They are enclosed in their own fat. They speak proudly with their mouths. They have now surrounded us in our steps. They set their eyes to cast us to the ground, like a lion who is eager to tear his prey, and as a young lion crouching in cover. Arise, O Yahuwah, confront him, cause him to bend. Deliver my being from the wrong by your sword, from men by your hand, O Yahuwah, from men of the world, whose portion is in this life. You fill their bellies with your treasure. They are satisfied with children, and shall leave their riches to their babes. As for me, let me see your face in righteousness. I am satisfied to see your appearance when I awake. Chapter 18. I love you, O Yahuwah, my strength. Yahuwah is my rock and my stronghold and my deliverer. My El is my rock. I take refuge in him, my shield and the horn of my deliverance, my high tower. I call upon Yahuwah, the one to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. The cords of death surrounded me, and the floods of Belial made me afraid. The cords of Sheol were all around me. The snares of death were before me. In my distress I called upon Yahuwah, and to my Elohim I cried. He heard my voice from his hekal, and my cry went before him into his ears. And the earth shook and trembled, even the foundations of the mountains were troubled, and they shook because he was wroth. Smoke went up from his nostrils and consuming fire from his mouth. Coals were kindled by it, and he bowed the heavens and came down. And thick darkness was under his feet, and he rode upon a cherub and flew. He flew upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his covering, around him his booth. Darkness of waters, thick clouds of the skies, from the brightness before him. His thick clouds passed, hail and coals of fire. And Yahuwah thundered in the heavens, and the Most High sent forth his voice. Hail and coals of fire, and he sent out his arrows and scattered them, and much lightning and confused them. And the channels of water were seen, and the foundations of the world were uncovered. At your rebuke, O Yahuwah, at the blast of the breath of your nostrils, he sent me from above. He took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from those hating me, for they were stronger than I. They confronted me in the day of my calamity, but Yahuwah was my support, and he brought me out into a large place. He delivered me, for he delighted in me. Yahuwah rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands. He repaid me. For I have guarded the ways of Yahuwah, and have not acted wrongly against my Elohim. For all his right rulings are before me, and I did not turn from his laws, and I am perfect before him, and I guard myself from my crookedness. And Yahuwah repays me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands before his eyes. With the lovingly committed, you show yourself lovingly committed. With the perfect one, you show yourself perfect. With the clean, you show yourself clean. And with the crooked, you show yourself twisted. You save the afflicted people, but bring down those whose eyes are haughty. For you yourself light my lamp. Yahuwah, my Elohim, makes my darkness light. For with you I run against a band, and with my Elohim I leap over a wall. The El, his way is perfect. The word of Yahuwah is proven. He is a shield to all who take refuge in him. For who is Eloah besides Yahuwah? And who is a rock except our Elohim? It is El who girds me with strength and makes my way perfect, making my feet like the feet of a deer, and sets me on my high places, teaching my hands for battle, so that my arms shall bend a bow of bronze. And you give me the shield of your deliverance, and your right hand supports me, and your lowliness makes me great. You enlarge my step under me, and my feet shall not slip. I pursue my enemies and overtake them, and do not turn back till they are destroyed. I crush them, and they are unable to rise. They fall under my feet, and you gird me with strength for battle. Cause my adversaries to bow under me. And you have made my enemies turn their backs. As for those hating me, I cut them off. They cry, but no one is there to save. To Yahuwah, but he answers them not. And I beat them as dust before the wind. I empty them out like dirt in the streets. You deliver me from the strivings of the people. You set me at the head of the nations. A people I have not known serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they obey me. The foreigners submit to me. The foreigners fade away and come frightened from their strongholds. Yahuwah lives, and blessed is my rock, and exalted is the Elohim of my deliverance. The El who gives vengeance to me, and he humbles the peoples under me. My deliverer from my enemies. You lift me up above those who rise against me. You deliver me from a man of violence. Therefore I give thanks to you, O Yahuwah, among nations, and I sing praise to your name, making great the deliverance of his sovereign, and showing loving commitment to his anointed, to David and his seed forever.